Hello and welcome to the StarCityGames.com Open Series in Knoxville. We're in round 2 of the Legacy Open. I am here with David McDarby.
Hello, Nick.
How's it going?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Obviously our in-house Commander expert versus video all-star, Jace Bellerin.
Yep.
You know,
I have
all
many
of the
monikers.
names.
Yeah.
But we're doing a deck tech here with you today. You're 2-0, and this is the deck you played at the Invitational in Charlotte, where you went 7-1 with it.
Yep.
You know, to a pretty good finish. So
yeah,
we didn't get to do a deck tech then. We're going to do one now. It is your veteran Planeswalkers bug deck.
Yes, that's a very apt description of it. Yeah.
How do you come to this type of deck and, you know, the style of this deck? How do you come to this
Well, Legacy is written with tons of dual lands and not a lot of basics. And I wanted to play something that I could maximize getting my own base lands into play and have fun while doing it. So there's been like a Veteran Explorer, Nick Fit, Creature, you know, Birthing Pod kind of deck. But I really don't like playing with creatures. Like, Planeswalkers are like more my style.
Definitely.
Yeah, so to accelerate out of these Planeswalkers, I have 4 copies of Veteran Explorer, kind of the linchpin of the deck.
Yes.
And with Veteran Explorer, of course, you have to have basic lands.
You get to fetch these beautiful
basic lands. Yeah, not very common Legacy, 6, that's a lot. So you want to accelerate into some threats. And I've got threats in the form of Planeswalkers. So I've got 4 Jace the Mind Sculptor, 3 Liliana of the Veil, and of course 2 Karn Liberated, Legacy staple.
A card you see more in Modern being powered out by the Tron.
Yes.
Not so much in Legacy.
Not so much, no. 7's a lot of mana, but it's not as much as you would think in this kind of deck. So also the other key part of the deck is Pernicious Deed.
Yes.
I'm not playing any creatures really besides Veteran Explorer, who I want to die, and Pernicious Deed blows up pretty much everything except for Planeswalkers.
Interesting templating there.
Yeah.
Card was made before Planeswalkers.
Yeah,
so your Planeswalkers.
Yeah, they had no idea what Planeswalkers were, or what they would be. So Pernicious Deed is a pretty good combo with my deck. My deck is ridden with little combos. Another combo that it has is Cabal Therapy and Gitaxian Probe.
Yes.
Yep, so you can see their hand, get what they will kill you with, and then flash back your Cabal Therapy on your Veteran Explorer, and then get some lands.
All of the value.
All the value.
Of course, the Gitaxian Probe, Cabal Therapy, seen in Eric Rule's winning list in Milwaukee, his Spy Kids Delver deck.
Yep.
You know, but it just rips apart the combo decks.
Yes, yeah. Combo deck is kind of my weak part, so I've got Cabal Therapy as a Hymn to Turok's main deck to kind of fight against any deck, but I've got 4 Innocent Bloods to kill my Veteran Explorer. I've got 4 Pernicious Deeds. It's a lot of dead cards against decks without really creatures.
Yes.
Yeah, so the main deck is pretty good against all the fair decks. Like a Delver deck, it's really good against them because they don't have basics. They try to wasteland, stifle you out, but you get lots of basics, so that's not a good strategy versus you.
Most of the decks just don't really have any basics.
Correct.
You know, 1 or 2. Otherwise, the Explorer, you know, I saw you crack it last game. The opponent didn't even attempt to look at his deck.
They usually don't.
Like,
they usually don't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I get leverage. I've got Brainstorm, 1 Ponder, you know, the usual suspects. But so that's kind of the deck. It's, like I said, good against the fair decks like Delver and like Deathblade sort of decks. It's good against those. Against fair decks. The combo deck's not so good. But that's where we have a sideboard.
Yes. The sideboard, of course, just a ton of anti-combo. You got your full set of Force of Wills. You've got your Notion Thieves for your Getchas, Flusterstorms, Surgicals, and Ensnaring Bridge, which you bring in against what, like Show and Tell?
Show and Tell is the big one you bring in. So they've got to kill that with their 1 Ashen Rider or their Wipe Away, or they just can't win. Notion Thief, since I have a lot of mana in this deck, I can afford to play some more expensive commandery cards, if you will.
Yes.
So Notion Thief is fun, and people don't see it coming as much. And usually post-board, I don't win through like Karn or Jace will get pitched to Force or something. I win through Notion Thief and Dealing Click Beats.
Yes.
I've also got the 4 Force Wills in the sideboard, because main deck I have like 12 blue cards.
Yeah,
So that's
not a ton of blue cards.
Not a ton, but when I boarded my Force of Wills, I also boarded a slew of counter magic, so I'm able to have a higher blue count. That's why I have 1 copy of Negate. Usually, you don't see that in Legacy a whole lot. Negate. Usually you see like, Spell Pierce, but in a Veteran Explorer deck, I'm kind of giving my opponent lands. I don't really want to Spell Pierce, so it's not all that great. So that's why I have a Negate. And if Dealing Click is another answer, a good card against control decks. Also, the 1 card that gives this deck fits is Liliana of the Veil, because like I'm playing Pernicious Liliana, I can't really kill it. Karn can kill it, a little down the road though. So I need some way to fight Liliana, and that's what the Dealing Click's coming to play.
Flash in the click, come in and
hopefully
kill
her, or make her Edict to kill it, or just go to 1, you know.
Right. Of course, you like to win via Planeswalkers.
Yes.
Mostly Jace.
Jace is how you win most of the time. Very, very rarely you'll get through the Veteran Explorer beats. Against combo decks you can sometimes get the Veteran Explorer beats, because they can't kill a 1/1.
Yeah.
You know, who can kill a 1/1?
20-turn clock.
Yep. So usually Jace Fate Seal. Karn Liberated doesn't exactly win you the game, but he makes sure as heck you don't lose it.
Yes.
And then maybe you might make a new game to play, you know.
How many times have you got to make a new game?
Once. exactly once. One game, I couldn't win because my Jaces were surgical extraction, but I couldn't lose with my Karn, so I just kept tick up, tick down, tick up, tick down. And he couldn't win, and I was up a game, so that's how I won that one.
All right. Game within a game.
Yes.
So the Ensnaring Bridges also came in against Delver, I saw.
Yep,
so.
against pretty much any deck with creatures. Delver Seekers, Tarmogoyf decks, True Name Nemesis decks a lot of times. It actually comes in versus them. Not all the time, I'll bring in one because they still have Jason stuff to kill you, but a True Name, you know, I can stop them from attacking me with that as well if I need to, because I kind of shave some of the creature removal for some of the like Notion Thieves and Vendilion Clicks versus other Jace Liliana decks.
Anything to help protect the Planeswalkers, pretty much.
Yep.
All right. Well, the deck is sweet. You obviously know how to play it. You had a great finish at the Invitational. You're 2-0 so far with this.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Nick.
David McDarby. I'm Nick Miller in the Cyborg. Going to stay tuned for all the action here at StarCityGames.com.
Yeah, Knoxville, hometown.